All right, let's talk about something that makes the entire global economy tick. But for most of us, it feels like a total black box. I'm talking about customs clearance. We're going to give you the ultimate player's guide to how it all really works.
I mean, just stop and think about that for a second. Every single thing you own that was made in another country, every product a company here sells overseas, all of it, every single piece, has to pass through this official gateway. It's not chaos, it's a super regulated system. But, how well does it actually run?
Well, get this. A recent study found that the time it takes for cargo to get released at India's land borders was slashed by 50%, and that was just in 1 year. That is a huge jump in efficiency. So how does this whole system work, and how is it getting so much faster? Let's dive in.
We're going to treat this whole thing like a game. First, we'll map out the arena, what customs clearance even is. Then, we'll meet the players. After that, we'll get into the playbook, focusing on the two most important documents. We'll also see how tech has totally changed the modern game. And finally, you gotta know the penalties for when you break the rules.
Okay, so let's start with the absolute fundamentals. What is this arena we're calling customs clearance?
At its heart, it's pretty simple. It's the official process you have to go through to move goods across an international border. Think of it like the formal permission slip that allows cargo to either come into a country as an import or to leave as an export. It is the one and only gateway for international trade.
So why do we even have this gateway? Well, the obvious reason is money, right? It's to collect duties and taxes. But it's about so much more than that. It's about protecting the local economy, making sure everyone's following trade laws, and, this is a big one, stopping the smuggling of illegal or dangerous stuff to keep the country safe and secure.
Okay, so we get the arena. Now, who are the key players out on the field?
In pretty much every single transaction, you've got three main players. First, there's the importer or the exporter, basically the person who owns the goods. Second, you have the customs authority itself, which in India is the Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs. And then there's this really crucial go-between, kind of like the expert coach in this game, the customs broker.
And a customs broker isn't just some person who helps you with paperwork. No way. These are professionals who are officially licensed under India's Customs Act. That means they are legally empowered to act on a business's behalf, navigating this incredibly complex world of customs rules for them. And believe me, becoming a broker is not easy. First, you need a degree. Then you have to pass this really tough written exam that covers everything from complex tariff codes to dozens of trade laws. If you manage to clear that, you then face an oral exam to prove you know your stuff in the real world. Only then might you get your license.
Okay, let's get into the playbook. Like any complex game, Customs has its own set of rules and required plays, and really, it all boils down to two critical documents.
The concept, when you strip it all down, is incredibly simple. You've got one main document you need when goods are coming into the country, and a different one when they're going out. That's it.
This table lays it out perfectly. For anything coming in, you file a bill of entry. For anything going out, you file a shipping bill. The key thing to see here is that they're basically mirror images of each other. They're governed by different laws, yeah, but they're designed to do opposite things. Get clearance to enter versus get clearance to leave.
So, if you're importing something, your one and only goal is to get this, an out-of-charge or OOC order. This is the final green light. It's Customs saying, okay, you've paid your duties, we've done our checks, the goods are officially released. They're all yours.
And on the flip side, if you're exporting, you're chasing a Let Export Order, or LEO. This is the official permission you need to actually load your cargo onto the ship or plane. It's simple. No LEO, no export. Now let's talk about how this game is played today, because technology has completely changed the rules of the game, making everything faster and way more transparent than it used to be. Two huge reforms are really at the heart of all this. First, there's IceGate, which is a single online portal where basically all the documents are filed electronically now. And second is this truly game-changing idea called faceless assessment. So what does that even mean? Well, back in the old days, the officer who checked your paperwork was physically at the same port where your cargo landed. With faceless assessment, your digital documents are automatically sent to an officer who could be sitting anywhere in the country. This system breaks up local bottlenecks, it balances out the workload for all the officers, and most importantly, it makes sure you get a fair, uniform assessment no matter where your stuff actually lands. Okay, last but not least, let's talk about what happens when things go wrong. Because in the game of customs, making mistakes or having delays isn't just a minor issue, it comes with some very real and very expensive financial penalties.
You need to know these two words, demurrage and detention.
Demurrage is a fee the Port Authority charges you for letting your cargo sit there and take up space for too long. Think of it like a very expensive parking ticket. Detention is different. That's a fee from the shipping line itself because you didn't return their empty container on time.
And the rules on who has to pay are incredibly strict. I mean, just look at this quote from a huge Supreme Court of India case. The court basically said an importer has to pay these fees no matter what caused the delay, even if it was another government agency's fault. The message is crystal clear. It is the importer's job and their job alone to get the goods cleared on time.
So let's wrap this all up. What did we learn? 1. Customs clearance is the official, regulated gateway for all trade. 2. Customs brokers are your essential, licensed experts who guide you through it. 3. Everything revolves around two main documents, a bill of entry for imports and a shipping bill for exports. 4. New tech like faceless assessment is making the whole system work better and faster. And finally, number 5, delays will cost you a lot of money. So getting it right the first time is absolutely critical.
And all of this leads to a pretty interesting final question. As technology and AI just keep getting smarter, could we be heading toward a future where this entire process is fully autonomous? A system where goods just flow across borders with zero human touch? It's definitely something to think about.